Henry David said, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundation under them." And our visionaries way back in the year 1973 got down to work and put the foundation for the castle that is no longer in the air. Our founding fathers toiled long and hard to realize the dream of providing education, quality education, so that the students who walk in through the portals of this esteemed institution would one day leave ready to take on the world with honesty, uprightness, sincerity, and most of all, integrity. And so the foundation stone for this great temple of learning was laid by the Minister for Primary Education, Sri Mandali Venkata Krishna Rao, on the 16th of March, 1975.
Started as a branch of St. John's Ganarum, NSM grew in strength and importance these past years because the all-round personality growth that NSM provides is matchless and timeless. The first principal of Nallurivari St. Matthew's Public School, Reverend Brother Matthew Kavumkal, addressed the first school assembly on 22nd June 1974. A couple of years later, in the year 1976, it added a towering edifice to its glory by laying the foundation for the high school block.
From the visionary Reverend Brother Matthew Kavumkal to the present futuristic, cheerful Reverend Brother Chinnappa Reddy, NSM has been under the able guidance of principals whose chief objective is to lead the students towards a better tomorrow.
The second principal, Reverend Brother Berkmans, the strict disciplinarian, was followed by the soft-spoken Reverend Brother Enoch Joseph. Following him was the sagacious Reverend Brother T.A. Joseph. The large-hearted Brother Brito was our next principal. After him, our principal was the young and energetic late Reverend Brother James. The robust Reverend Brother Robert, with his ever-cheerful attitude, was our next principal. After him, we had the meditative Reverend Brother Celestine Joseph as our principal. Following him was the vibrant and zealous Reverend Brother M.A. George. Next was the calm and composed Reverend Brother P.T. Joseph. Then we had the systematic and meticulous Reverend Brother N.K. Montfort as our principal. After him, we had the experienced and wise Reverend Brother K.M. Joseph, who was succeeded by the illustrious Reverend Brother John Kalarakal. Reverend Brother Pratap Reddy, the perfectionist, who succeeded him, proved to be his worthy successor.
Our present principal, Reverend Brother Chinnappa Reddy, belongs to that genre of people who believe that action speaks louder than words. With a genial nature, as I said, he has successfully taken the school to greater heights of glory, working hand in hand with the energetic and dedicated Vice Principal, Reverend Brother V.V. Jose.
The first batch of Class 10 appeared for the All India Secondary School exam in 1979 when Reverend Brother Berkmans was the principal. A little later, in the year 1984, we made an auspicious beginning when we secured 21 national ranks, and from that time onwards, there's been no looking back. And to this day, we are proud to announce that with each passing year, we churn out more and more 10 points in the CGPA.
The year 1990 proved to be a year of enumeration for all Montfortians, because this is the year of the initiation of the prestigious Montfort Literary and Cultural Festival. The whole literary and cultural fiesta was conceived, crafted and carried forth by NSM under the able guidance of the then principal, Reverend Brother M.A. George. Since then, it has been conducted 19 times by different Montfortian institutions, and we are proud to announce that we have always held a coveted place for ourselves in the top 3 position. Incidentally, the 9th period from Monday through Friday is dedicated to the honing of literary, cultural and sports skills of the students.
In 1991, MILES, or Montfort Youth Leadership Society, was started so that leadership skills are ingrained at the budding stage itself.
The new auditorium was inaugurated in the year 1993 by the then Superior General Reverend Brother Jean Friand. This imposing auditorium is perhaps the place of origin of many talented artists and orators.
Sports and games too play an integrated role in the NSM curriculum, and we are proud to state that Mrs. N. Sirisha, who was part of the Indian volleyball team in the early 1990s, is NSM's alumnus.
The computer lab and the Silver Jubilee Auditorium was built and inaugurated during the time of Reverend Brother P.T. Joseph.
English is the global language. To be world citizens, it is imperative that English is spoken with total conformity to the norms of the International Phonetic Association. and the English Language Laboratory today has taken care of the needs of world citizens of tomorrow. In the August of 2012, the English Laboratory was installed with a new software to cater to the ever-growing needs of the students. This renewed English Language Laboratory was inaugurated by the Superior General, Reverend Brother John Clerical.
4th of August 2012 was a happy and exhilarating for all of us at NSM, because it was on this day that Reverend Brother John Clerical visited our school as the Superior General of the Montfort Brothers of St. Gabriel. All the eager hearts at NSM poured out their respect, awe and admiration for our Superior General by according him a fitting welcome. As a former principal of many Montfortian schools in this part of India, Reverend Brother John has carved a niche for himself as a true jewel of India. At this juncture, it is imperative that we emphasize the impact he has had on all of us as a role model, a philosopher, and as a guide. His supreme administrative skill and the superb interpersonal relationship he maintains has made him our precious moral compass with a needle that is always directed towards integrity.
From being a school par excellence, NSM became a school extraordinaire during the time of Reverend Brother Pratap Reddy. The extension block for the primary to accommodate the additional E section, the Montfort Gallery, the renovated science lab, the exclusive administrative office, the impressive conference hall, all became part of NSM's infrastructure and pride, thanks to the efforts of the tireless work of the former principal, Reverend Brother Pratap Reddy.
There is progress and change all round. Two significant enhancement NSM infrastructure is the new TT Hall and the renovated auditorium, which boasts of an audio sound system of the highest quality.
When a child grows with praise, he learns to live in harmony with his peers and sees the goodness in all things around him. At the end of class 10, each child was given a certificate of appreciation with his or her photographs and achievements all through the school years chronologically displayed. This year, the year 2013-14 batch, were a lucky lot, for they were each given an album with the names and photographs of all their classmates. Traveling down memory lane would now be even more sweet for them.
Administration took on a new form when senior teachers stepped in as coordinators to integrate the activities of students, teachers and parents. Thus, Mr. M.S.B. Paul is the middle school superintendent. Mr. N. Chandrasekhar is the class 9 and 10 coordinator. Mrs. Uma Devi, the primary school coordinator, and Mrs. Mary, the kindergarten coordinator.
Instilling ecological values is the awesome task of the alma mater. Love for animals, care and concern for others, and an urge to make and live in an eco-friendly atmosphere is inculcated in the minds of the students during their formative years. We see ample evidence of this when our students, particularly the primary students, gaze with admiration at their surroundings. Plastics do not have a place in our campus anymore, for jute bags have totally replaced them.
E-learning is the in thing today. Taking technology to the classrooms has made the students tech savvy, along with a thorough and practical application of knowledge and concepts. Additionally, the maths lab and the science exhibitions bring out the mathematical genius and scientific temper in each persevering student. Very soon, our school would go online and enable e-learning from home, so that learning is a continuous and enjoyable process. The novelty of assessing class tests at home through the aid of computer has added a new dimension to the process of learning.
The Montfort Associates movement, MAM, which plays a crucial role in enveloping the whole atmosphere with a holy aura, has been continuing its glorious task of bringing the religious and the laymen closer, so that together they can work for the greater glory of God. Started by the former principal, Reverend Brother Pratap Reddy, blessed by the Superior General, Reverend Brother John Clerical, the movement has been carried forward by the present principal, Reverend Brother Chinnappa Reddy. With a view to make the movement more authentic, a new logo has been designed which surely speaks out, "Glory to thee, Montfort, the loving preacher of Jesus' cross and Mary's rosary."
Like Mother Teresa said, "We do no great things, only small things with great love." The NSM Social Service Wing too contributes its might and is certainly the tiny drop in the mighty ocean of humanity. The computer classes, the spoken English classes, the tailoring classes, the embroidery classes, and the typewriting classes conducted on campus after school hours for the less privileged in the society are a means to this end. Celebrations are part and parcel of NSM's culture and tradition. The KG Graduation Day and the Parents' Day are two occasions when students, teachers, parents and management put their heart and soul into the making of the grand days. If the KG Graduation Day is the first small step for the sure-footed tiny tot, then the annual Parents' Day and Sports Day is a giant leap towards the realization of a journey that every student would endeavor to take.
The wheel of education is set in motion. It traverses through paths of knowledge and glory to reach the house of wisdom and sagacity. Robert Frost said, "I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep." Likewise, NSM too has promises to keep and miles to go and never go to sleep. The tender sapling planted in 1973 is today's sturdy oak, strong and dependable, with an indomitable spirit that lingers on.